Kaila went through about a 2-year struggle before successfully having a baby. She actually came to me for pre-conceptual advice because she had pelvic pain, and she already had been diagnosed with being a carrier of factor V Leiden. Factor V Leiden is one of the reasons for repetitive miscarriage. It's also a reason that people may develop blood clots, and she knew she had that, so she came to talk about the impact of that on pregnancy.
So we actually knew some of the things we were facing before we started trying. I think we took the first 3 months of our marriage and we kind of just tried on our own, no tracking or anything. And then after like those first 3 months, we started to get a little frustrated. So then we started really buckling down and we started tracking everything. And then that's when our journey kind of started with more in-depth fertility stuff.
So with pre-conceptual counseling at a high level, I try to spend time with patients to say, how does the problem affect the pregnancy? How is the pregnancy going to affect the problem, potentially, like asthma or high blood pressure? And medically, do we treat it any differently? So is the medication outside of pregnancy or in pregnancy going to vary based on the pregnancy itself? So we spent some time talking about that.
Right out of the gate, we just felt very comfortable with sticking with him for the long haul because we knew that we were gonna see some type of good result. So we knew that when we were gonna walk through the doors and into his office that we would always leave knowing more than what we went in with. So for us, that was super reassuring because we're people who really want answers and we want to know the whys behind things as much as we can because we know some of it's out of our control.
With her pelvic pain, I recommended that she have laparoscopy and some imaging. And at the ultrasound then, we found that she had a uterine septum. So she had a uterine anomaly that we found during the evaluation prior to pregnancy. She actually got pregnant before we fixed the anomaly and had a miscarriage.
I don't think we ever felt that it wasn't going to work or we weren't going to get pregnant. I feel like we knew that it was going to be hard. And I think we came to that realization after our first loss. And I always joke that we've been through more in 3 years of marriage than a lot of people go through in 10 years. So we've been through the ringer a little bit.
After her loss, we decided to have the surgery, laparoscopy, and hysteroscopy. She was diagnosed with endometriosis as well, so that was treated with the laparoscopy. We resected the septum with hysteroscopy and then treated her medically for endometriosis for a little while she recovered from her surgery.
We got pregnant in January of this year, and we found out that the baby was not growing the way it should be, which was kind of scary for us because we experiencing a loss. Every appointment we went to, we were always nervous, but then when we left, we're like, oh, we're doing great. Like, this is awesome. We're smooth sailing. And then that we got hit with and we were like, whoa, like this is kind of scary. And then our little guy was breech and with no desire to flip. So he had been breech for pretty much my entire pregnancy. He had never been in the correct positioning. So then we had discussed our options for that and our plan for delivery and having my uterine surgeries and a breech baby and factor V and just some other things that had come up. We decided to schedule a C-section. So we scheduled a C-section for 38 weeks. And then we went in on a Monday and met Dr. Coussons super early in the morning and we had our baby. 6 pounds, 9 ounces, and he was healthy and absolutely nothing was wrong. Every little thing about him, we're just over the moon for. And we just stare at him and he stares back at us now and he has these big blue eyes and he just looks at us like, hi mom, and it's just so fun. But honestly, we have grown together so much and we've grown so close and it brings you to this sense of like oneness that you can't really describe any other way. I feel like everyone with Dr. Coussons' team, they've just, like, I always say, like, our care team has just been phenomenal. And we probably wouldn't have had the outcome that we had we not had the care team.
Probably my most memorable or favorite experience with Kaila is to see her as a mom. It wasn't the pregnancy. She was actually pretty chill and relaxed through the pregnancy. She wasn't too nervous the whole time. She kind of believed in the process, but you cannot get her to be quiet about her baby. She's just like the most proud mom.
Dr. Coussons is wonderful, and he has been with us literally every step of the way.